Grogan is an American Meteorological Society certified meteorologist.
A powerful low-pressure system spinning right over the state of Oklahoma on the backside, blinding snow across northwestern Oklahoma. We've been at the receiving end of this fire hose of moisture streaming up from the south and that possible brief spin up of a tornado. This will be coming in once again, Sand Springs, probably north of Sapulpa, coming in I-44 corridor, South Tulsa. There's 169 and the Creek Turnpike. This is the zone that could be seeing it by about 12:30. We've seen one primary thing, and that's a lot of tree damage. That's been amplified by two specific things. One, winds between 86 and 110 miles per hour accompanying this EF1 tornado. On top of that, 3 inches of rain falling before the storm primed the soils, made them very loose, uprooting trees like the one you see here, and also down the road that you see here. This is beneath the shelf cloud right here, so this is where we start to see those strong winds occurring. The actual rain holding back to the west there, west along the Arkansas River back towards Sand Springs. But this is the main event for our morning, and then another round to follow that in the afternoon. Clear to say our weather is about to turn fairly active. So look outside right now in the Jinx area, though it's partly cloudy. It is quiet, but still a bit muggy, 82 degrees. Hey, no pressure right now. That's good. We'll be tracking the storms there as they continue to move out of the viewing area by that point. And on top of that, we'll also let you know about the nice cool weather ahead. A lot of kids heading back to school this week. If you aren't already there or a parent of some of those kids, we've got that back to school forecast as well. I'll tell you though, I mean, there's a lot going on in downtown tonight.
We're missing it all.
Cinco de Mayo, we've got the Justin Timberlake concert.
So much going on.
Let's take a live look at that. Notice there is a bit of a brightness to the ground. That is the freezing drizzle accumulating on those grassy surfaces. The roads, once again, are okay in some spots, but they're wet and then very slick on those bridges and overpasses around Tulsa. It comes with that 22-degree temperature. The muggy meter, the dew point indication of how muggy it feels. What would be in that uncomfortable category? Radar, not thrilled, but hey, it could be worse. This is a summer-like pattern because the jet stream has shifted to the north. And what that means for us, warmer air filling in like we see in the summer. Okay, you can see there's our tornado warning that has just popped up there. So once again, sirens may be sounding if you're just joining us. This is a severe storm within that an area of rotation that could have a brief tornado. This would be located just south of Sand Springs, so we're talking near Prattville. Now is the time to be in that sheltered spot. This will be racing eastward, so anywhere from downtown southward through Midtown, I would be in that safe spot as we speak. Jinx right now in line to see that. When we've double boxed here so you can see that storm coming into Tulsa. It's very dark right now. Once again, it is going to be a small area of concern for that tornado rotation, but within the broader area of the storm, winds 60 to maybe 75 miles per hour are possible, especially given the fast movement to the southeast. This is tapping into a lot of unstable air, and that's going to cause some additional concerns as this moves eastward. We've got our storm teams out. We've got Darren Stevens on that cell, keeping an eye on that as it continues its way into the west sides of the Tulsa metro area. Those jackets would have been useful here in eastern Oklahoma this weekend with very cold air spilling in along with that freezing drizzle. All that precipitation has moved to our east. It is all behind a cold front that is now kind of stalling out in the southeast. Here behind it, we have clearing skies, high pressure, and it is quiet for now. Still awfully cold, though. As we look outside, we have mostly clear skies and a 25-degree temperature. Now, fortunately, winds are calm. Therefore, there is no wind chill to be factored in at this time. The dew point 17, an indication of how cold our temperatures may get tonight. Around northeastern Oklahoma, some spots even getting colder than that, like Bartlesville. You're down to 14, 16 in Veneta, along with Independence, 22 Claremore, 15 Inola, and around Tulsa, we're still mostly in the 20s further east, though low to mid 20s from Jay up towards the Grove area. Further south, we're in the 20s from Muskogee, about 21 there, Wagner at 20, 25 in Eufaula, and down into the teens, Oilton and Bristow with calm winds at this time. By morning, bundle up for the bus stop. We've got an 18-degree temperature when you step out that door. Heading home, though, 48 degrees, not nearly as bad. It's the start of a warming trend, a big change in the wardrobe. So you'll need that heavy coat in the morning. Maybe you can just trade it for the hoodie by afternoon. More coat weather Tuesday morning. But you notice this trend. We're moving upwards. And yeah, by Wednesday afternoon, hello, T-shirts. Yeah, we're talking about a return to feeling like spring. Here's how that evolves. We have quiet conditions tomorrow, mostly clear skies. That allows for that nice jump in temperatures by afternoon. On into your Tuesday morning, we're going to see the south winds picking up. We're only dropping to 29, and despite an increase in clouds, we'll end up with a high of 54. That increase in clouds is an indication of that moisture. Feeling a little bit more like spring in the coming days. In fact, here's that spring countdown, including Valentine's Day, for good reason, as it's going to feel quite like spring, and then daylight saving time just under a month, a little over a month for the kiddos to be on spring break. The equinox, when we officially consider it spring, 37 days, and Easter, just 49 days away. So Valentine's Day, the first on the list. Remember, you have 3 days to get that shopping done, and if you're taking your sweetheart out that evening, you won't need the heavy coat. In fact, it'll be nice, just a bit breezy, temperatures in the 60s. One of the warmer Valentine's Day we've seen around here. So as we go through the morning hours on our Wednesday, we have the shower chance south and east of Tulsa. This is the first opportunity for rainfall in the area. Now Wednesday during the day, this is Valentine's Day, probably a lot of clouds, but not a lot of rainfall. That night, though, we're going to see things clouding up even more, some light drizzle. And then as we head on into the overnight hours and into Thursday morning, more of a substantial rain breaking out in our northern sections. That's close to a front that will be scooting our way. And Thursday might end up being a bit of a wet, but also fairly warm day, as you saw there. Rainfall totals may not be a whole lot, though, which is not the best news. But here's the good news. As we move forward later into the month, we're looking at a wetter pattern to finally be established. Unlike what we've seen for so long, we're finally going to get a good draw of Gulf moisture. So we do have some hope for drought relief. Here's the forecast on into our morning tomorrow. 18 degrees, sun coming up at 7:14. By noon, 39. We're thawing out. And by afternoon, nice 48 degrees, feeling balmy compared to the weekend, but cold compared to where we go. 54 by Tuesday, increasing clouds during the day. Moving forward, you'll see we head up into the upper 60s, nearly 70 degrees. We would hit 70s for sure if we do see a little sunshine, but it does appear we'll be mostly clouded over with at least that moderate chance of showers by Thursday. Friday, though, the bottom is dropping out. This is a harsh cold front. We might even have some wintry mixed conditions. That means maybe some freezing rain or sleet on the backside. Still a slight chance, but something to watch. We can't put away the winter gear just yet, because just when you think we're surging up and surging into spring, yeah, we have reality hitting us that it's still the middle of winter.
Oh, gosh. All right. Well, we'll prepare for that.
We'll do our best.
All right. Thanks, Mike.
Now, the Oklahoma weather expert, Mike Grogan.
The radar is not too active right now, but what we do see are areas of drizzle. Near the lowest levels that the radar beam can hit, we can pick out that drizzle moving through the city of Tulsa and other areas as well. Even a few light showers in far eastern Oklahoma at this time, but this is not the main event. This is between two systems, one of which is moving across the deep south and kind of breaking up, and a powerful system moving through the west. And that system may bring us strong to severe storms by tomorrow evening, and it's also really stirring up that wind. It's quite apparent right here on the west sides of Tulsa. Temperature 59 degrees, and we're going to be about at that temperature all night long thanks to that wind gusting to 28 miles per hour, along with that relative humidity that's also running very high at 87%. And most temperatures in eastern Oklahoma, 50s to around 60 degrees are common. Potos 60 along with Pryor. If you're in Grove, it's 59, 57 Pawhuska, 58 around the Bristow area. Now we're going to take you into the rain chances tomorrow. So let's break down when you might need your rain gear. And by morning, it will be light drizzle, kind of like what we have right now. Enough to make roadways wet, enough to use the windshield wiper. Little break in that by noon and early afternoon. But late afternoon and evening, that's when the main event occurs. That's when storms are firing. We might have 2 rounds to contend with, and both of which could produce severe weather. So let's break that down on our future view model. We've got light drizzle overnight and into your Monday morning. Once again, temperatures upper 50s to around 60 degrees with a strong south wind. So it may feel cooler in the morning. Just keep that in mind. And during the day, we're not going to see a lot of sunshine, and despite that, temperatures still warming into the upper to mid 70s, and to the west, even warmer to near 80. Where those clouds break up, we might end up with high fire danger. Further east, though, storms are likely to start firing in that 4 to 5 to 6 o'clock time frame, and this is a more conditional threat. If these storms start to fire, they could quickly become severe, and that's a concern because they'll be more discreet, or what we call supercell storms in this scenario. And the further east you go, the higher the risk is for that severe weather, including hail, high winds, and maybe a few isolated tornadoes in the mix. Further west from Tulsa westward, we're in that low to very low threat, but still we have another opportunity as the evening progresses. So once again, through about 7 o'clock, those storms may or may not form in eastern Oklahoma, but it's more likely to occur along the cold front by 9 o'clock along I-44, and those could be heavy, severe, even with some strong winds, heavy downpours, and that will advance and possibly strengthen as it moves southeastward all the way through midnight, now this time into southeastern Oklahoma, lined up from near McAllister to Fort Smith, and behind it we'll start to see cooler, drier winds kicking in, and that will all be out of here by Tuesday morning, and actually Tuesday will shape up to be a nice day. Now, we want to see the rain because we certainly need it with our drought and the fire danger, but we may not see enough because of the fast-moving nature of these storms. So areas farther to the east with the stronger storms might end up with locally an inch, but we're talking more of half an inch to a quarter of an inch. And back to Tulsa and westward, well, we may see very little in the way of rainfall that will be of significance. Therefore, fire danger is going to be pretty high through the next several days, especially Wednesday as those south winds really pick on up. And then it doesn't look good in the long stretch. If we're looking at fire danger, it's a drier than normal pattern, wetter to our east. But if you're enjoying some spring break around eastern Oklahoma, well, that's the good news. That combined with warmer than normal weather means it should be some great times to be outdoors. So here's the forecast. Let's take you on into your Monday at hand. 58 degrees, some patchy drizzle in the morning and a pretty strong south wind. By noon, it's 71. So we're pretty mild, but that wind is 32 miles per hour, up to 35 in the afternoon. 76 degrees, strong storms starting to form in that 4 to 5 o'clock time frame, especially east of Tulsa. So that threat of storms is highest tomorrow night, and then after that we are drying on out, clearing out, and we should end up with some nice days to follow. A little chilly by Wednesday morning, but still mostly above freezing. 70s for highs, a very spring-like week. A little bit of unsettled weather, though, as we head on into Thursday night, and again, maybe for the weekend as another cold front arrives. So spring break week may begin with a little bit of murky weather, but you know, it's looking really great. We just got to watch out for that threat of storms tomorrow night, and we need the rain, so we'll take what we can get.